Hey guys, bit of an odd one here. I'm actually just recording the first few minutes of this game because, for YouTube's sake, because when we were doing it live, we actually weren't able to do the whole game just because we were kind of casting another game with my two PC setup, and then we were able to jump into this one at about the 3.5 minute marker. So I'm just doing this as a bit of an intro, just so you guys get to see the start of the game, etc. So in the bottom right hand side, our blue Terran player is INnoVation. And his opponent in the top left is the red Protoss player, sOs. This is from the Kung Fu Cup, of course. I don't know what I said during the start of the cast on the actual stream, so this might be some stuff that gets repeated as well, of course, and stuff like that. But again, I just really wanted you guys to get to see the initial builds, get a little bit of an idea of what's going on. Just because I know if I upload it and it starts 3 minutes in, someone's going to be in the comment section like, but Wardy, I don't know what happened, and I can't figure it out by the production tab and the one text structure that's down. So here you are! Early probe scout from sOs, and from INnoVation, looks like we're going to see a pretty standard Reaper opening as well here on Triton. Obviously, I guess this is only going out on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Still racing to that 10,000 subscriber mark. Thank you so much for your help on that. So as sOs scouts, INnoVation will decide to scout as well. Just wants to make sure there is a Nexus on the way. It is going to be late. It's a Cybernex core before the Nexus. So Cyber core dropping down here as part of the opening, and now the Nexus will drop down as well. The SCV of INnoVation coming up through the center, going past that watchtower, and these couple of SCVs continue to nibble and fight against that probe. So command center here from INnoVation will drop down, and we do just see the Reaper on the way up from INnoVation as well. So getting that going in the main base. That'll come across the map. Again, he sees the Nexus timing, so you'll know. Core before Nexus, very likely to be aggressive here. As sOs has been playing a lot of Adept-heavy styles in the previous match. That's already been uploaded to the YouTube. If you've watched that, it probably would have been uploaded. Don't know why I wouldn't have uploaded it. And right now we just see, so it's going to be the Adept opening. I mean, that's pretty regular anyways, but we'll see what his second unit is, because that should tell us a lot about kind of how he wants to open in terms of what tech structure he might go for, what sort of units he might go into in terms of a mid-game comp or an early-game comp, I suppose. So a couple of different options there, as we do have the factory from INnoVation dropping down in the main base. So still nothing too weird from Inno. Just going into that early-game bunker, making sure to secure and set himself up in that way. And this Reaper and Adept coming around, poking around, looking to see what they can do. It's the Twilight Council that's dropping in from sOs, and I think the big tell here is the second Adept that's coming into play as well. So there's going to be two Adepts early in the game, and absolutely looks as though sOs wants to get quite aggressive quite quickly, because double Adept is absolutely not the kind of usual go-to at all here. You know, with the Twilight Council especially, usually you go Adept then Stalker. That allows you to go into Blink, but yeah, that's not going to be the case here at all, as we do have the Reaper from INnoVation. He's going to poke up and around, and the two Adepts from sOs kind of shade around. It's not weird to go multiple Adepts, it's just multiple Adepts into a Twilight is kind of the strange part of this. So sOs will set up with multiple gateways, that resonating claves come through, and that's pretty much where I'm going to leave you guys to join in with the live cast. It should be any second around now. Maybe you guys see a little bit of a rewind, so appreciate you putting up with this little bit of a weird scenario, and hope that helps to fix it up for you guys. INnoVation versus sOs. INnoVation is our blue Terran player in the bottom right hand side, and in the top left our red Protoss is sOs. Now we've missed the first 3 minutes of this game, guys. Apologies for that. Let me just give you a quick recap of what's going on. Obviously just watching the end of TYD. So Reaper has been lost, but INnoVation's scout, what it consists of, not very much. So he doesn't really know what's happening. As Resonating Glaives is currently boosting, we're seeing extra gateways added in, and sOs has the pile on the bottom side. We have seen him build those gates proxied on the map in the series against Cure before. Right now, INnoVation just loads up Widow Mines and takes them across the map, so away he goes to maybe try and get aggressive here. He's going to turn back around and actually unload these Widow Mines in the main base. So INnoVation being a little bit careful. But it's those Adepts that he's going to have to worry about. And he does have a bunker, that's something at least he has that Cure didn't. He has no siege tankers going into Tech Lab on the starboard. He's setting up for the bio plays. He's getting these barracks ready to jump on Tech Labs, and that's not going to help against these Adepts. The first of them shading in right now as the Resonating Glaives is ready. So his Adepts come in, a couple SCVs dropping. Now INnoVation obviously knows what's going on. He just gets around on the bunker. This is not as all-in as what we saw from sOs versus Cure, though. Because, you know, you can see the RoboBay coming in here, for example. So getting that RoboBay up is just kind of the start of kind of the difference. He's going to go into Colossus' transition, so he's just looking to pressure, deal damage, and then transition from there. INnoVation with the Widow Mine drop across the map into the natural. Widow Mines will begin to unload, and sOs not paying any attention. Pulls the probes, probably hurts him more than just doing nothing. There goes 11 probes down, with the Adept still denying mine across the map. Give me one moment, guys. I have to mute up while I cough. Apologies for that. Oh, just as the Adepts make a play into the bunker. There's not a lot of bio units here. The couple of Marauders in the front go down. All the SCVs get picked off, though, so that's 13 SCVs down. INnoVation's down by 15 workers. And you gotta remember that across the map, sOs has a third base up and running. Oh man, sOs is doing his best to not be up in workers, though. Loses another bunch to those Widow Mines. 25 pros now down. sOs throws the question mark. Maybe we need a question mark emote, guys. I was just gonna be seeing the engineering bay here in a moment or two. Is going to fall. Is he going to get +1? 114? He finishes +1 before the engineering bay dies. Oh, it's a nice win for INnoVation. That's an upgrade lead that he shouldn't really have in this game. Just going to be seeing a few Adepts hanging around the back, and we are just going to be seeing the Orbital hanging around here. Bunker at the front then, and a couple more Medivacs, Marauders, and Marine. All of this building up at the moment. These Adepts are going to go shading forwards here with a mine. Going to be part of this defense. Ooh, first Widow Mine actually gets to go off. Second Widow Mine will do okay as well. +1 is going to be a big deal breaker here, and I think INnoVation might just win the game. Problem is for sOs, he built this RoboBay, but he lost so much so many workers and so much economy that he's not been able to really utilize it. Now he builds a Colossus, but this is after INnoVation's just cleaned up so many units. There are no units apart from 4 Adepts on the map, now 2 Sentries. That's not going to stop the drop into the main base. Here INnoVation goes, looking to see if he has the opportunity to maybe just end this game. So off he goes, up and away. Just going to be dropping these units into the main base for the moment. Fire going to come in, a couple probes getting picked off. Take down. That's going to be GG. The drop from INnoVation is good. Game number 2. We're a couple minutes into this because they got started pretty quickly. But I just needed to rest my throat up for a moment or two. So sorry for that. Again, just one of the negatives of jumping straight from one series to the next. Now as we kick this off, when we see what will happen. In the bottom left-hand side, our blue Terran is INnoVation. In the top right, our red Protoss is sOs. And you've not really missed much apart from the very slight initial build order setup. It is a Reaper into a Marine and a bunker now coming up. So INnoVation just being very careful against what was a Gate Nexus core opening. Just as the first Adept comes over, he'll have that, obviously, bunker up to get units inside, so he shouldn't have too much issue with this. Biggest problem is just if the Adept goes past the bunker, then it can be a little bit frustrating. And then you can have a little bit of a dance, you know, here and there. Well, this SCV is about to finish the command center anyways. Kind of just wants to get that finished before he loses it. You can see the micro attempt to try and keep it to the top side, but 71 over 71. It's very nearly finished. So again, a little bit frustrating. Very nearly able to make that work out. There's a couple of units in the bunker. The Adept shades out, and now the CC will finish. SCV can get in the bunker too if needed, as Adepts, I guess they may as well commit to this shade. They're not going to do too much. Unless they actually die off because the Marines come out and fight, which maybe was a bit of a miscall by sOs. The 2 Marines and Reaper coming through, and there's one Adept down. The other Adept taking heavy damage. And it looks as though that will be about all she wrote for the Adepts for now, i.e. one that gets away out through the center of the map. So that one will go out through the middle. And meanwhile, we just have INnoVation. Well, he's about to get adapted once again. 4 extra gates coming down. So continue to set up into this here as we continue to keep this rolling. So a couple extra gates coming through. Kybrit with the 7,000 bits. My god, dude, thank you so much. Can we get some love in the chat for Kybrit? Says, Wardy, you're amazing. Thank you for the awesome cast. You working on those bit badges now, buddy? You got the sub badge? Bit badge time? Hey, thank you so much, dude, for all your support. Really appreciate it. You can get some love in the this chat, please, for Kybrit. Thank you, dude. I'm gonna get you on the tree after this game. When you get a little bit of downtime, we'll make something happen, hopefully. We do see these adepts then coming across. I mean, INnoVation sees the adept number, right? So that's already a bit of a sign. He's going Banshee, he's going Tanks. He's going to have a lot of damage output here. We saw this almost work for Cure. He just lost a little bit too much. So I don't mind this for INnoVation, who just has the extra little bits of pieces of a defense, such as the bunker, right? So yeah, bunker up here at the front, and here we go. A few adepts going to go shading forwards. Move in towards that natural and looking to try and see what they can get up to. Cloak on the way from INnoVation. Robot facility dropping down. Widow Mines doing alright across the map. Not as much as they did in the last game. 7 probes killed throughout the game so far. Depth's just going to be looking to jump on top of this. They're going to commit to it. I mean, SCVs are here to help fight. Bunker doesn't need repair. You just want to soak some of those adept shots. Oh, he lets them into the main base. That's a massive problem. The adept should never get in the main. It's one of the most important things against this sort of an attack. Look, I mean, there goes 4 SCVs straight away. There goes one more. The Marines and the Banshee come in to defend this. It's not that bad because these adepts will get cleaned up before they shade again. But that's when you start kind of having units getting all over the place. That's when it starts to become a real mess. He's just hanging out on that bunker there as we do see the adepts will sit out at the front. sOs gets to 9-ish worker lead. He lost 4 more probes to the Widow Mines, which just went off once again there. So Widow Mines hitting one more time, and we do see the medevac in the center. Widow Mine inside of it, coming around the top, and again, extra adepts on the way. Robot facility finishing up on the natural soon. And again, more adepts coming down this left-hand side. So here we go with sOs trying to be aggressive once more. So shading forwards. These Marines still unupgraded. It's still just Marine Tank Banshee. So you see the Banshees across the map. So these adepts are going to shade in. The tank splash damage does a lot to help out here. The question is there enough Marines left over? Well, yeah, these tanks are doing a lot. So the Banshees in the main base. This Widow Mine got a couple more kills as well. Now they're going to do so much here. There's not, I mean, the Robo is up, so we're starting to see answers that. Yeah, again, INnoVation loses the SCVs on the natural, but he's doing so much across the map as well, and that's what's really important. Because it's now still only 24 probes to 20 SCVs. And look at the army difference. INnoVation, yeah, he's losing Marines, but the tanks, the Banshees, consistent Marine production means that he's actually still okay. He's still in a massive army lead, and looking really, really good there as we do see the probes continue to come up. Two more Banshees up the top side. There's going to be a third coming up to the top as well, as we do see the extra few Marines continue to pop out. So yeah, multiple Banshees around the top here. That push into the main base, absolutely on the verge of happening. Three Banshees, I mean, at least the Observer sees it coming in. sOs still only has 13 army supply, mostly in these Stalkers. Observer, I mean, that's the issue, right? Only 3 Stalkers, 3 Banshees. Actually, you can kind of just take this fight. You can see this one Banshee pulls back nicely. He's lost 2 Stalkers. He gets the shield barrier. That's obviously going to stop this happening, but INnoVation just pulls to the side, and okay, now a few too many Stalkers. Now one Banshee will pay the price for being there a bit too long, but I think INnoVation doesn't really mind. He's keeping sOs in a bit of a tough spot, building up a few more Marines. A Raven, I think with the Raven he just goes. Probably an anti-armor missile just to help him with the attack. So it looks as though we're probably going to be ready to go in the next couple moments. So Marines, tanks, medevac. That's going to be the force to press forwards with here initially. So that is going to start pressing out into the center. So yeah, moving across through the middle here. A good army from INnoVation. And again, it's just the fact that sOs, I mean, Stalkers are unupgraded. There's no attack upgrades or anything. There's just so many tanks, etc. here, and it's going to be really tough to make this work. The damage output of this INnoVation army is just so high. himself a couple Stalkers there. Depths will not shade. I mean, sOs can kind of dance around a bit and try and make something happen. He's got that third base up, so he's up 10 workers. His economy is looking okay. But you see a bunch of Adepts starting to get picked away. Tanks will siege up again. And as these Adepts will not commit to the shade, the tanks can unsiege and just move that little further forwards. He's trying to put sOs into a checkmate here, where sOs just can't really avoid the fight any longer. He's delayed it for a long time. He's gotten as many units as possible, I think. Depths will shade right on top, trying to use the tank-friendly fire against those Marines. But it's just too much, as the Banshees are still chasing around the bottom side. It's going to be GG's, and INnoVation will take the 2-0 of this series. Just like that. So there you go. INnoVation able to take the 2-0, advances to play. Oh my god.